Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you can select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 9 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter factoring and the lessons we're going to cover today are factor quadratics with other leading coefficients, factor quadratics with leading coefficients, factor quadratics special cases, and factor by grouping. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So let's just start with the first lesson, that is factor quadratics with other leading coefficients. Okay, that is, let's start with the first question, that is 3d square plus 7d plus 7. Okay, hold on. 3d square plus 10d plus 7, right? If we compare this equation to the general form of the equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c, right? So a is 3, b is 10, and c is 7, right? You have to factor this equation, right? How do you factor? Basically, you need to multiply a and c. You have to do a times c. Hold on. Okay, so you need to multiply a times c. That is, so you have to do 7 times 3 equal 21, right? So you have to factor, here is this is b equals 10. So you have to factor 21 and 10. Like if you, that is r1 times r2, if you multiply two numbers, their product is 21. And if you add two numbers, their product is 10. You have to find two numbers whose product is 7 and whose product is 21 and their sum is 10. So what are the two numbers whose product is 21 and their sum is 10? That is 7 and 3, right? So you need to factor out 10 as 3d square plus 3d. Basically, you're going to write the you're going to write 10d equals 3d plus 7d, right? 3d plus 7d is same as 10d. 3d plus 7d and plus 7. So from here you can take common 3d and you are left with d plus 1. Here you can take common 7 and you are left with d plus 1, right? D plus 1 is the common factor and the other factor is 3d plus 7. Got it? So the factors are d plus 1 and 3d plus 7. The correct option is d plus 1 and 3d plus 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is 3z square plus 10z plus 3, right? Okay, that is 3z square plus 10z plus 3. You have to factor this equation, right? So the equation is ax square plus bx and plus c, right? So c is equal to r1 times r2 and b is equal to r1 plus r2. So you have to multiply a and c, that is 3 times 3 equal 9 and b is 10. So you need to find out two numbers whose product is 9 and whose sum is 10. So what are the two numbers whose product is 9 and whose sum is 10? That is 9 and 1, right? You can see 9 plus 1 is 10 and 9 times 1 is 9, right? So it is 3z square plus 9z plus 1z plus 3, right? So from here I'm going to take common 3z, you are left with z plus 3. From here you can take common 1 and you are left with z plus 3, right? So z plus 3 is the common factor and you are left with 3z plus 1. So the factors are 3z plus 1 and z plus 3. Got it? The factors are z plus 3 and 3z plus 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 2z square plus 7z plus 5. You can please use your notebook and pencil and factor the equation, then write the correct option in the chat box. So 2z square plus 7z plus 5. Which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 2, that is 2z plus 5 and z plus 1. Got it? The correct option is z plus 5 and z plus 1 is the correct one. Okay, the next one is factor 10t square plus 9t plus 2, which is the correct option? 10t square plus 9t plus 2, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 2, that is 2t plus 1 and 5 plus 5t plus 2 is the correct option. That is the factor of this equation, that is 2t plus 1 and 5t plus 2. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson, and the next lesson is factor quadratics with leading coefficients. Okay, let's just start with the first example, that is g square plus 20g plus 19. Here you do not have any uh, coefficient with the x square term, right? So to factor a quadratic of the form x square plus bx plus c, right? You can write it as x plus r1 and x plus r2. R1 and r2 are the roots of the equation, right? So c is the product of r1 and r2, and b is the sum of r1 and r2, right? So basically you need to find two numbers, their product is 19 and their sum must be 20, right? If you multiply both the numbers, the answer is 19, and if you add them, the answer is 20, right? So the two numbers whose product is 19 and whose sum is 20 are 19 times 1 and 19 plus 1, that makes 20, right? So that is g square plus 19g plus g plus 19, right? So from here you can take common, you are left with g plus 19. From here you can take common 1 and you are left with g plus 19. So g plus 19 is the common factor and you are left with g plus 1. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test question. Factor z square plus 10z plus 21. So you need to compare z square plus z square plus 10z plus 21, right? Okay, so this is, you need to compare it to x square plus bx plus c. So b is 10 and c is 21, right? So you need to find two numbers, r1, their product r1 times r2 is 21, and their sum, when you add two roots, their sum is 10. What are the two numbers? Their product is 21 and their sum is 10. Which two numbers have the product 21 and sum 10? Yes, 7 and 3 are the two numbers. Their product is 21 and their sum is 10. So it is z square plus 7z plus 3z plus 21. So from here you can take common z, you are left with z plus 7. From here you can take common 3, that is z plus 7, right? So z plus 7 and z plus 7 is the common factor, you are left with z plus 3. So you have two factors, they are z plus 7 and, got it? The correct option is z plus 7, z plus 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. The next one is j square plus 8j plus 15. You can use your notebook and pencil, factor the equation and then write the correct option in the chat box. I'm waiting from the answer from your side. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is z plus 3 times, sorry, j plus 3 times j plus 5, right? The correct option is the second one. Very good. That is j plus 3 times j plus 5. That is the correct option. Okay, the next one is z square plus 6z plus 8. So, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is z plus 2 times z plus 4, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Factor x square plus 4x plus 3, which is the correct option? So, what are the factors for x square plus 4x plus 3? Okay, let's just make the factors of x square plus 4x plus 3, right? So, you need to find this is b equals 4, and this is c equals 3. You need to find two numbers. Their product must be 3 and their sum must be 4. Think of the numbers. Which two numbers have the product 4 and which two numbers have the product 3 and sum 4? Which two numbers? Yes, that is x plus 1 and 3 are the factors, right? 3 times 1 is 3 and 3 plus 1 is 4. That is x square plus 1x plus 3x plus 3, right? From here we can take common x and we are left with x plus 1. From here we can take common 3 and we are left with x plus 1. So x plus 1 is the common factor and the other factor is x plus 3. So the factors are x plus 1 and x plus 3. Got it? That is x plus 1 and x plus 3. Second one is the correct option. Okay, the next one is factor j square plus 11j plus 18. Which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? The correct option is j plus 2 and j plus 9 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is factor quadratics special cases. The next lesson is factor quadratics special cases. Okay, the first one is factor 25r square plus 30r plus 9. So basically the special cases are the one that are for the complete squares like this, right? Here is the important formulas for the completing square. You can note them down. They are a plus b whole square. Whenever you have something in this form, whole squared form, it is like this: a square plus 2ab plus b square, right? You have to see here, this is 25. 25 is the square of 5. You can write it as 5r square, right? This is 9. 9 is the square of 3. You can write it as 3 square. Then you can see this one, that is 2. A is 5r, and b is 3. So that is, when you multiply them, they make back 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 times when you multiply them, they make again 30. 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 times 5 is 30, right? So when you have something like this is a square, this is b square, this is 2ab, that is the square of 5r and plus 3 whole square, that is square of 5r plus 3. Got it? So you can note down these very important perfect square formulas. I'm going to write them down on board. You can note them down. Then we'll start the practice questions. Hold on. Okay, the first one is 9. Okay, I'm going to write the formulas on the board. Okay, that is a plus b whole square equals a square plus 2ab plus b square, right? And then a minus b whole square equals a square minus 2ab plus b square, right? Then you have a square minus b square, that equals a plus b and a minus b, right? Let's just start with the test questions. The first one is 9j square minus 4. So just look at both the 9j square and 4. 9j square is the square of 3j, isn't it? 3 times 3 is 9. And 4 is the square of 2. So you can see this is a square minus b square. When you have something like a square minus b square, you can write them as a plus b and a minus b, right? This is a. So it is 3j plus 2 and 3j minus 2. Got it? That is 3j plus 2 and 3j minus 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? That is 3j plus 2 and 3j minus 2. Okay, 25r square plus 30r plus 9. So 25r square, that is 5r square. just look at this one, that is the square of 3. Now you have to see if this is 2 times A is 5R, and that is B, right? 2 times 5 is B is 3. 3 times 2 is 6 and 6 times 5 is 30, right? That means you can write it as V 5R plus 3 whole square. So the factors are 5R plus 3 whole square. Got it? That is 5R plus 3 whole square. Okay, factor 16p square minus 1. So 16p is the square of 4p, right? And 1 is the square of 1. So they are like a square minus b square. So whenever you have something like a square minus b square, you can write as a minus b and a plus b. Got it? So you can write 4p, that you can write it at 4p minus 1 and 4p plus 1. Got it? So the correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 4p minus 1 and 4p plus 1. The next one is factor 4w square plus 12w plus 9. So which is the correct option? So what are the factors for 4w and 4w square plus 12w plus 9? 4w square is the square of 2w and 9 is the square of 3. And you can write 12w as 2 times 2w times 3, right? So that means this is the square of 2w plus 3 whole square. So the correct option is 2w plus 3 whole square. The correct option is option number 1, that is 2w plus 3 whole square. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is factor by grouping. So we're going to learn how do we factor by making groups. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, the first example is 10x cubed plus 5x square minus 14x minus 7. So you have to make groups and then you have to factor them. Okay, let's see how do we factor. So just make a group of these two polynomials and these two, right? When that is 10x cubed plus 5x square minus 14x minus 7. So you can take common from here 5 and x square. You are left with x plus 1, right? From here you can take common negative 7. No, your 5 times 2 is 10, so here you have 2x. So from here we can take common negative 7, so we are left with 2x plus 1. So the factors are 5 square x square minus 7 and 2x plus 1, right? They are 5x square minus 7 and 2x plus 1. So option number 1 is the correct option. Option number 5x square minus 7 and 2x plus 1. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? The factors are 5x square plus minus 7 and 2x plus 1. The next one is 10v cube minus plus 5v square minus 18v minus 9. So let's just factor out the quadratic. So from here we can take common 5v square so you are left with 2v plus 1. From here you can take common negative 9v and that is 2v plus 1. So that is 2v plus 1 and 5v square minus 9v. Got it? The correct option is option number. No, you can take common 9 here only. From here we can take common 9 only, not v, right? That is just 9, not 9v. Because if you take 9v, where is the v? That is just you can take common 9 only. That is 9 times 2 is 18, 2v plus 1. And here you have 5v minus 9. Got it? So the correct option is 5v square minus 9 and 2v plus 1. The second option is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is 9w cube plus 9w square minus 5w minus 5. So which is the correct option? Okay, from here we can take common 9w square. So you are left with w plus 1. From here we can take common negative 5 and we are left with w plus 1. So the correct option is 9w square minus 5 and w plus 1, right? So the correct option is 9w square minus 5 and w plus 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 9w square minus 5 and w plus 1. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. The next one is factor 3r cube minus 3r square minus 10r plus 10. So which is the correct option? You can use your notebook and pencil and try to factor out the given equation. Yes, the correct option is 3r square minus 10 divided by r minus 1. Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. Factor 8q cube minus 8q square minus q plus 1. So which is the correct option? The correct option is, that is option number 2, 8q square minus 1 and q minus 1. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? The next one is factor 5y cube plus 12 plus 20y square minus y minus 4. So which is the correct option? Which option is the correct one? The correct option is option number 2, that is 5y square minus 1 times y plus 4, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. chapter we're working on is factoring, and the lessons we have covered today are factor quadratics with other leading coefficient, factor quadratic with leading coefficients, factor quadratic special cases, and the one we just covered is factored by grouping. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we have just finished. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. Right? So if you have any question related to the lesson we have just finished, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask questions if you have any. I'm waiting for the questions from your side.